Alrighty, well, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 56 of Waters of the Deep. Katie's running a little bit late, but that's okay. We can play catch up just fine. So last week, the last month, you guys had been invited to a masquerade ball at the Fishers Guild in celebration of the captains and all they do for Haven. And Prince Eldith, I believe was his name. Double check that. Yep, Prince Eldeth made an appearance, and while he was there, Galen's spidey senses started going off, and it turns out that his guard were some Abishai looking to do something with the prince. But you all quickly put a stop to that. Some of you taking it a little worse than others, but you all managed to live and get out of there. Go get yourself a nice, long, well deserved rest, and came to the new and improved Rusty Anchor where we left off. Yeah, that's where we left off. Looking at my notes, Silt had something to do, and Becca, you had something you wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to reach out to my Noah guy.
Okay. If I remember correctly, yours is a marking somewhere.
hmm I think it's outside the Rusty Anchor.
No, it's at the docks. And then you
Okay.
wait at the Rusty Anchor. So, um, if I remember correctly, you came from the church, so we could just say that you stopped and marked that at the docks on your way to the anchor. Uh,
Perfect.
so that's taken care of. And Silt had sent a messenger to her Noah guy, so she was waiting for a response. Anybody have anything as we get the session going?
I think at some point I was supposed to go pick up our funds for the
Yeah,
job.
yeah, nope. That was we discussed that last week. That was going to be when it's time to
Yeah.
do it. I will just say here's the money.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I vaguely remember talking about it. I
yeah,
just don't
because
couldn't remember the details.
Taddy knows the timing on that. So when it's
Yeah.
that time, if you're in the middle of something, I'll say hey at any point. If you're not doing anything, I'll say okay, you went and did it. Here's the money.
Okay. That works.
Anybody else?
Not I, good sir.
All right,
Me neither. No plans.
beautiful. Pearl, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Beautiful. You feel something inside your left pocket, which is amazing because you have pockets, and that's always astounding. But you feel something, and you look down, and you see somebody a few steps past you. So they're like here, and their hand is back, like it's trailing them.
What do I have in my pocket?
Do you reach in and find out?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful. You reach into your pocket, and there is a little envelope there.
Does it have a note in it? Anything?
Yeah.
Okay, what does it say?
I just put it in your inventory. It's the one, two, three, four, five, six, seventh item from the bottom. Or if you want, I can just put it up in the chat board for everybody.
You can put it on the chat. It's okay.
The individual you saw walking past you is gone now.
Okay.
Goddamn, that's long.
Yeah, the hollow one is a dire threat to any Solomon hunters. Always to be cautious and be resilient and like encounter.
The important stuff is everything before summary of threat and the last paragraph. And everything else is just information about it. But it would appear as though your Ren contact at the Order of Alari has dropped you your first contract.
Right. Okay.
Pearl, are you sharing that all with the group or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as you finish reading that note or passing it around, everybody gets a chance to read it. A prissy looking elvish boy enters the tavern. Scalpel? Is there a scalpel here? Or company of scalpel?
I'm gonna look at Taddy and
I
say,
mean,
"Hey, buddy, I think that's you."
Nah, man, that's definitely
Nah.
Silt.
So
no,
Well,
I
something
mean,
here.
I'm sure Silt would go, yeah.
Silt still has scalpel on, but we also went to the next day, and Silt doesn't usually walk around as the scalpel. So I don't
But
know if Silt would.
Silt
be the
as
scalpel
Silt
right now or not.
works with the scalpel.
That is true. That is true.
So regardless, Silt would
Yeah.
probably be the one to approach.
So either way,
Yes.
Silt would speak up, and yes, and the young elven boy would come up and hand her a rolled sheet of parchment, which says that. And I will put that in her inventory. And as you guys finish up reading that, Silt is going to, hey, I gotta run and take care of an errand real quick. I'll be right back. Just message me if you need anything. And take off.
Messenger? Like, what? Send a courier?
You guys have earrings.
Those earrings only go about 300 feet.
Well, she said she wouldn't be gone very long.
Okay.
So, after reading that note that Pearl passed around, if I'm understanding that correctly, the dude serving us our mimosa brunch is one of the witnesses.
Yeah, Bart's an old friend.
So I guess the question is, are we interested in hunting this horrid thing? I mean, it sounds like it's doing some really bad things to people.
I mean, for that amount of money?
But yeah, I'm not opposed.
Yeah.
It was some months ago, so I will casually remind that the agreement was you would hunt for them in exchange for them not hunting Pam anymore.
I see. I thought I remembered that, but I was really hoping you'd forget.
Nope.
But also, yeah, for in order to keep Pearl safe, then yes, I would say absolutely.
Oh, Bart Ender.
Ah,
Yep.
yes.
Is there anything that you forgot, or since having had this run-in, you remembered that might help us?
Honestly, I didn't even think too much about it. We get a lot of weird folk in here, but it's something was just really off about this one. But I don't even know if it did anything wrong. It was just a really out of place individual.
Interesting.
Looking at the dates on that as well, you would note that that was like 6 months ago, give or take.
About 6 months ago. That's about the time somebody we know was leaving bodies in the alley. Just saying.
I'm gonna lean over real close to Pearl, and with big concerned eyes, we're we're not hunting you right now, are we, Pearl?
No, you're not hunting me.
Okay, thank God.
No, no, no.
Hey, Katie.
Hi.
Hi. Super quick. Pearl got slipped a hunt request from the Order of Alari, which I can reshare in the chat box once you get logged in there. And then in your inventory is a royal invitation, which was just handed off by some preppy elvish boy. And everybody else has access to that. And then you, Silt, excused yourself and had to run an errand, and I will whisper you what that's about once you're logged in.
Okie dokie. It is. Well, I don't know what it's doing. Here we go.
That was Bart's report was 6 months ago. Some of the more recent ones were more recent. Just ignore the dates on there. I had ChatGPT help me out with it, so it looked like an actual report.
Well, so
I just sent you a whisper, Katie. And then you won't be gone long, so we'll bring you back here in a minute. Oh, I just got rid of them. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't care.
So I see the invitation says formal dress not required, but we Pan will still be okay in his tux, right?
I mean, that's what you wear every day. Yeah.
Okay. That's good because I really don't have any other clothes.
I mean, we could always come around with something. I could make you something. Cute little outfit.
Onesie with a butt flap.
Yeah, something cute.
Why do I feel like Pearl is already picturing me like one of those rich women in LA's Chihuahua? We're gonna dress him up like a sailor today.
Here, Pan, get in my bag.
Just offering my services. That's all. Fashion services. Let me make that clear.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Pan would be too upset to be carried around in a purse and occasionally have treats handed to him.
Exactly.
He'd probably be okay with that.
Well, I guess the question is, what do we want to tackle first?
Oh, I mean,
What time of the day is it?
If-
It's early. It's like brunch time, which is
So
why
I-
you
I
guys
kn-
are here.
I know you posted this note, but the note was given to Silt. Did Silt show everybody this note or talk to us
I
about this?
think it would be fair to say that she left the note with you and said, "I gotta run my errands. Read this over. I'll be back in a minute."
Wait, the note.
Well, I mean,
which
Silt,
note?
Silt is here, so I mean,
Yeah, but I kind of made that decision because she might not have
Oh.
left had she been here without at least
Which-
discussing it first. The invitation.
Okay.
So the invitation was given to
Okay.
you. The hunt request was given to Pearl.
okay. All right. Well, then, yeah. Then in that case, I would say, well, I mean, going after money is definitely kind of high priority, but there's a time stipulation on the dinner thing because that's 6 o'clock tonight, if I'm reading this right. So it sounds like we're going to dinner tonight, guys. If we're going.
Well, at least we won't have to pay for dinner.
Yeah.
So, should we spend, like, say we go till 4 trying to gather intel and checking around with people, and then at 4 o'clock we go clean up and hobnob with the prince?
I mean,
I-
so I guess the question is who does Silt want to take with them? Because I don't think we all identified ourselves as being part of the scalpel. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think we have.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
the
we all identified ourselves as part of that
I'm sorry, the
captain's
hand.
crew.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
no,
Captain,
the hand.
no,
The hand is the scalpel's organization, and all of our truer than what we were at the gala identities are part of that organization.
Right,
Yeah,
this
we
is him
were-
reaching out to the scalpel for additional help.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, we were all representing Herr Munchen.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, so like everybody that was on like the first mission with the Salvagers Guild and well, it's just all of our true identities are part of this group. The
Right, so like we don't have to go in disguise tonight.
right.
Like I wouldn't go in dressed as the human I was for the fancy party with the
Right, because those people aren't associated.
exactly.
Well, at least we don't have to do a disguise, so there's that part.
Right. Well, I will, but nobody else.
I was gonna say, speak for yourself, buddy.
Yeah, I guess Taddy's never been Taddy's never Taddy, so
I think
Right.
you guys can count on one hand how many times you've seen the actual Taddy.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, do we need to regroup any supplies or anything? I mean, obviously this note that Pearl got is kind of sus. Just
Oh.
saying.
I have an above table question. Is there a way to like copy this text and put it somewhere? Because
Drag and drop into your notes.
I don't want to. I want it outside of Fantasy Grounds into something else. Because it's like these tiny little fucking windows are terrible.
Yeah, if you right click in the chat box, you can copy text to clipboard. Do it in the gray area from when I posted it. If you right click, you can copy the text to clipboard, and then you should be able to paste. I'm testing right now. Yeah, then you can paste it outside of Fantasy Grounds.
Perfect. That is exactly what I needed to know. Yes.
It's okay, Katie. I need glasses too.
I just can't, like, I don't like those tiny windows with their bold
There's
font and like.
you can do a UI scale adjustment to make it bigger.
I don't need it bigger. I just need it like I need the chat. I don't like reading things that are teeny windows. I like a big window.
Okay.
It's just I don't know all these little.
No, I'm kind of the same way. Like 15 lines for one sentence bothers me, so I always widen it so that one sentence is close to one line.
Yeah.
That's my OCD though.
Okay.
So this is the next day, right?
Yes, this is the morning after the masquerade fight.
Okay.
Can you copy from one of these little windows?
Which one are you trying to copy?
The secret one that you guys don't have.
Oh. Katie, the only way I found to
I
do
don't-
that is
I'll send that to you on Facebook, Katie, because
Okay,
I don't
thank
think
you.
you can unlock it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll get that over here in a second. If you can just confirm you got that, Katie.
I got it.
Okay. It's both your new and your old Facebook show up in my messenger thread. I'm always afraid I'm going to send it to the wrong one. All right. You guys sit, casually discuss, eat breakfast. But eventually, like 20-30 minutes later, Silt returns.
well, welcome back.
Thanks.
So did we decide what we need to go do? I mean, we got all day.
I think we should do some information gathering, maybe for this abomination thing. It sounds like it's hurting a lot of people.
Yeah, sounds like a nasty little thing.
I am so down for information gathering.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let me see something here. Hold on.
Where's the healer?
Like in game,
Yeah.
What?
or the one sitting right next to you at the bar there.
No.
Yeah, I'm right here.
No.
Hi. So just like playing sports. Hi, right here. Hello.
You're literally
I was
right
gonna
next to me, darling.
say,
Like, it's okay.
I think it's between us.
Yeah. Have you met my friend over here?
Oh yes, I've met both of you guys under that same freaking thing I needed. Okay, anyways, regardless, the healer in game, Elda Merrowwind, where would they be located? I don't think we've stumbled upon where a healer would be yet, which is, well, I mean, not surprising because obviously we have 2 on our team.
Did I mention a healer?
Yeah, it says so. Witness Elda Merrowwind healer. Under report 3, the Silent Child.
Oh. You have not found them. You don't know them.
Right?
Wait, which?
So we just.
Oh, you're looking here. I was looking at the wrong report. Hold on.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I obviously know
No,
I don't know Elda
you-
Merrowwind.
You have no idea who that person is.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to Bart. Maybe he'll know where that person is.
Do. Yes, Lassie.
How's it been?
It's Ben.
Cool. Hey, listen, do you know where I might find a healer?
Well, he fixed this rash that I had, as he points to Odas.
No, not this kind of healer. One that's a generic one that someone might go to on Haven if they don't have like a personal friend healer. As I
Oh.
pat Odessa's arm.
Most just go to the temple. Clerics,
Of Talos?
Yeah, clerics do their thing, but for some lesser stuff, swinging by good old Lena's apothecary usually does the trick.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
And I'm gonna look at everybody and be like, well, I'm gonna go to the freaking Temple of Talos, I guess.
You get that like slow head turn from Otis. Say
I'm
what?
just going to ask some questions. I've already talked to them before. It's cool. Anyone want to come with me or no? You don't have to. I'm just throwing it out there. Not you. Respectfully and affectionately.
I mean,
As I
I
like
want to go.
put my hands on his arm and just be like, please don't.
No.
I'll go with you.
All right.
I'd be willing to go. Bart, I need some bottles of liquor and rags, please.
Nope, definitely not. If I recall, you said that your. I literally put it in my notes. Hold on.
Before you
Otis
even
is
get the
gonna
note
try-
out, you notice Bart turn around with a bottle of fire water and a rag.
Bart, do not encourage him.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and be like,
Big tip.
I love this little guy.
I literally have it here. Pan's god is God who has beef with Talos, so Talos is going to burn. No.
At least I'm consistent.
You are. I appreciate
You are.
that.
You are.
But also, let's save that for a future date. This is just an information gathering mission.
Why don't just the
Fine.
2 of us go, Galen? I've got something to talk to you about.
Sounds good. All right, guys, we'll be back. Hopefully, we get some information on where this thing is going.
Hey, can you do me a favor while you're there?
Gal's gonna like squint her eyes and like slowly turn her head and be like, "Depends."
Please. Well, you or Silt. Silt's pretty good at it. But can you just like watch the comings and goings seeing if anybody's bringing anything in. If they
Anything
are,
flammable.
like what door they're using,
What kind of things?
just the comings and goings, transporting food, transporting anything really. Your basic day-to-day stuff, your infrastructure. I mean, as far as I know, only people coming in and out through the front door. But then again, I've never been inside for more than maybe 30 seconds before I got kicked out. So,
Shun the non-believer.
yeah, just, comings and goings. Who looks important, where they go, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
The silk kind of stuff. I hear you chuckling over there.
Who?
Oh, I thought I heard Katie chuckling.
I mean, I'll take a look while I'm there and see if there's anything up.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Gallon and Silt are going on a trip.
In their favorite rocket ship?
I was getting there.
Damn it!
Move tokens first. Anybody else going anywhere, doing anything?
So that was my other question is, do we need a resupply on anything? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I got some stuff. I could go make some stuff for the day, I guess, if we needed to. I mean, Pearl, I don't know what you're looking like on bullets.
Yeah, I only got 10 left. I was gonna say we probably need to do a little refill on that just to be safe.
Okay, I will go work on that.
Okay, cool.
Patty, do you need anything?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good for now. Thank you.
All right.
Pam, you've got like 25 bullets left.
What do you mean? I have 10 here.
Look at your actions tab. The blue dots are ones you've used out of 30. You've only fired 6 shots.
How much does the blunderbuss take?
Yeah, but I'm looking at my inventory.
The blunderbuss takes ball bearings. No, don't look at your inventory. Look at your actions tab.
Oh, I know, but it's still not bad to have more, just to be safe. You never know.
Okay.
So you're good on.
You could change the number in your inventory to match what's on your action sheet if that's confusing you.
I guess I should better specify of maybe not necessarily bullets, but ball bearings. Do you need any more ball bearings?
She still has like 940 ball bearings.
Okay, so we don't need any of
So we don't need that. No.
Out of the original 1,000. And she's used that thing like 8 times. So.
Well,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Based on the note that you got, do you have any silver ball bearings?
No, but that will be very helpful if we have some.
I think I can do that. I might need Pan's help. If he's available.
Can I go see how you make them too?
I mean, sure, if you want to come help, I'm not going to turn down any help.
Yeah, of course. Be more than happy to.
And DM, I forget, how long did it take to silver a weapon? I can't remember. Was it a day or was it
Less than an hour. Because
okay.
you melt the silver and pour it over the weapon and then sharpen it. So it doesn't take that long.
Okay.
If you are going to do anything that takes longer than 2 hours, you are going to lose a day on your bastion. So it'll just take a day longer than everyone else who's just letting their bastions run to get a bastion roll. Just heads up.
Even if I'm not using the minions, if I'm just
Well, you're
using
using,
my
but you're using the forge, which is interrupting their work, so they're gonna get delayed.
Yeah, but I haven't given them a command yet.
So the way it works is every 7 days we do a bastion roll, and on that 7th day, when we do the roll, you determine what the order for the past 7 days has been, assuming you were there to give them an order on that day.
Oh, I assumed it was for the next 7 days.
That's what I thought originally as well, but rereading the book, It's if you were there or capable of giving them an order via whatever communication means, then on that 7th day when we do a bastion roll, whatever that order would have been is what it is.
Okay.
So.
Well, then I guess that really comes down to who's got the smithy.
Pearl does.
So that's really up to you, Pearl.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go use that, but that's going to push your stuff a day behind.
So she's got a forge. You both have a forge in your respective shops.
Okay.
And it'll take about an hour to silver a weapon. And I think I said 15 minutes per 10 bullets.
Yeah.
Last time.
I don't have a forge, though. I have a workshop.
But you have a blacksmith in your workshop. If you look at the map, you have a forge and an anvil. So you can do the same stuff she can.
Okay. Well,
I think you picked blacksmith, didn't you?
No, I did, because I'm looking at my notes here. I did carpenter, glass, leather, potter, weaver, and jeweler. So I think the anvil was for like the jeweler portion.
Okay, so I messed that up. So yeah, it would be Pearl's smithy then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's up to you, Pearl. I mean, we can go. I mean, if we're gonna do this, we should probably make some silver stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I'm okay. Let's go.
okay. Who doesn't have silver stuff?
Yeah, I don't.
Do you have a spare dagger?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a moronic question. I get that, Caddy. But do you have one that you would like me to silver?
Like Keira Knightley in, what is it, the 4th Pirates, or the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean movie, he just starts pulling them out of all the cracks and crevices and reaches down his pants and really digs in there, pulls out another one.
Reach in my ear, you know. Mine are phantom blades, so, you know, I can pull them out of whatever the fuck I want to pull them out of. My nose, you know.
Okay, I don't want to know what you're pulling them out of.
You see me on a drunk night, no pants. I got a couple rapiers. I suppose I could send those with you.
I mean, if you want one silvered, let's do it now.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go hunt this thing.
I better have something with silver on it.
I think the only person who doesn't have anything silvered is Becca, Gal, but I don't know.
What's the cost on that?
I think it's just the cost of the materials. So I think whatever they're...
Yeah, which you guys can melt down silver coin to do it. I don't remember what I said last time. I made a note somewhere, but I don't know.
It wasn't much. It wasn't...
No, I want to say it's like 30 silver.
So I think it was 10 silver for her claws.
Yeah,
but
so
those
it depends on the weapon. So a rapier, 30 silver. Claws, 10.
Okay.
A dagger would be 10. A short sword would be 20. If you're doing something like a great sword, it'd be like 50. You know, just proportionate to the size.
Okay.
So
well, how many do you want done?
I am going to give you the silver for both of my rapiers and send both of my rapiers with you.
Okay. We can do that.
So I have taken the silver out of my inventory for that purpose. So.
Okay. So we got the silver.
Mike, just go ahead and make that rapier silvered.
Okay.
That way we don't forget.
And then, Pan, little buddy, are you coming with us, or do you want me to silver something for you?
Both of my weapons are magical. I'm not terribly worried about silvering. But if you guys need help, I can certainly.
That's up to you, little buddy. I didn't know if you had something else to do. I mean, if we have 3 of us, we should be able to get through it pretty quick. And Pearl wants to learn.
Yes.
All right. Let's start heading back that way. Pearl, we'll make you some silver bullets. I don't know what weapons you're carrying right now, so are you just carrying your trident? Is that all you're
Just my
carrying?
trident right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is magic, so you don't need to silver that.
I was more of thinking
My pistol.
No, I was above table. I did some research into silvered weapons because I knew the rule changed for 2024. And I know that there's information in there that would be beneficial to us. Basically, if you score a hit, you can add additional damage die if a creature is shapeshifted.
If it's shapeshifted is
Oh,
key
so if
thing
it's okay.
Yeah. But I figured reading this note that might be beneficial to us going through this. So.
Hmm.
Well, let's put it this way, Pearl. What are you proficient with? We'll make you something silver too, just in case.
Well, my pistol. Other than my trident, obviously.
Is there anywhere that DM? I don't even know if we can buy another trident. Can we?
Yeah, you can find one. You can definitely silver the pistol itself, so when you use it as a club, it'll silver.
Oh, we could do that.
Silver.
I like that idea.
You want to do that instead of getting another trident?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That sounds very kinky. I like it.
And you want to go make a fancy silver pistol?
Well, you're not remaking the pistol. You're just silvering the butt plate on the pistol she already has.
We'll cover. You know. Yeah. Making it cute. Making it kinky. Sexy.
Okay. So you're silvering rapier, pistol. You're making silver bullets for the pistol. Anything else?
Correct. I think I saw that I had some. I still had my light crossbow, but I would have to go get some crossbow bolts at the Fletcher, and I don't know how much those cost because I don't have the Haven map.
Arrows are 5 silver. Let me see how bolts are. Bolts are 5 silver a piece as well.
Is that for a stack of 20 or
nope?
Like per bolt?
That's per.
How much was it? 5 silver?
Yep.
So I'll give you 10 gold for 20 of them.
Okay.
Mark that off. And then I'll silver those too. At least half of them. Well, yeah, I'll silver half of them. Whatever that cost me.
Okay. At 1 silver per bolt.
So. Oh, that's easy.
I don't see your crossbow.
It's in there. I see it. If you're looking at my inventory, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
there it is.
11 down.
Got it.
Are you guys having this silvered conversation before Gal and I leave?
I mean, I would say yes, because we were trying to figure out what we were doing, but y'all kind of just like bolted out of there.
Well, I took them.
So-
I took you off the map for where you were going. It's up to you whether or not you were there.
I mean, yes, if you need something, by all means. I'm not hiding the conversation from anybody.
No, I know you're not hiding it. I'm just the timing. If it happened before we left, I might ask if I could get my regular dagger silvered
10
Yeah.
silver.
as well. Okay.
We'll take all that stuff and go back and do that, and then I'm gonna take a little naparooski if we have time in the workshop. Sometimes just change switches. Oh, did you put the new crossbow in there?
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't showing up on your weapons tab. It wasn't built right.
Yeah, because it was I pulled the old one, I think.
Katie, you said your dagger.
Yeah, not the bone one, the regular one.
Holy shit, it's hailing.
Nice.
That's fucking wild.
Second winter.
All right.
Dude, we never get hail here.
I think I've got everything you guys were gonna silvered.
I'm gonna silver my great club or great wrench.
Okay.
But I don't know how much it'll actually take because I'm just gonna be the head of it there. I'm not like silvering the whole unit.
Okay, that'll be 20 silver still.
Okay, no, that's fair.
So. Okay. Last but not least, Taddy. Where are you going? What are you doing? Or are you waiting around for that message you sent me?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, no, yeah, I'll wait.
Okay.
Oh, I do. I mean, I want to go. I want to go do some scouting of my own, but I need to get that information from them first.
Okay. If you don't want to have that conversation over the mic, just whisper me and I will whisper back. Otherwise, we
Okay.
will do you after we do Silton Gallon.
Okay.
As they approach the Temple of Talos.
Okay, Galen, I have some information here. I'm gonna hold up the report that I got that I'm going to share with everybody, but I wanted to talk to you first because it's I think it's personally relevant to you concerning the attacks that your family has had on them.
Fuck. Cal's just gonna like look at you like wide-eyed, be like, "Did you go look up information?"
I had somebody look up information for
Oh.
me.
Oh, then I am all ears, and like my little fin ears are gonna like flap very small little waves.
Well, there is apparently a cult called the Deep Hand that is targeting sea elves and druidic enclaves of Haven and the Lost Seas. And the leader's unidentified yet, but probably a demon that is possibly seeking the return of a forgotten god. And I just have some reports of incidences here of attacks on different people.
I want to know everything. I already knew about the D-Pan because obviously they're a gang that I've been trying to hunt down myself, but
Yeah.
they've always been super elusive. But you definitely have more information than I've had as of yet.
Okay. Well, like I said, I plan on sharing it with everybody. I just wanted to let you know beforehand so it wasn't completely out of left field. So do you want to read it now, or do you just want to wait until later?
Wait until we're with everybody.
Okay.
But I appreciate you going and looking up information and letting me know beforehand. That was really nice.
Sure. They seem to be pretty bad and quite the problem for more people than know about them. So
Yeah. No, she's gonna look kind of like distant, far away, and just say like Scourge of the Earth. And then I'm also gonna look up her and be like, also, what's up with everybody and all these freaking like deceased and or missing gods?
I'm
Am
just
I left out? Do I need a god? And she's gonna like look around.
I'm gonna shake my head and like roll my eyes and sigh. If I find one laying around, I will hand it off to you, okay?
I'm not really saying I want one. I'm just saying it seems like there's a trend. And probably by that point we'd approach the temple.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. We're here to find a healer? The healer from the report, maybe?
Yeah, specifically I'm gonna ask about a healer, and then maybe we should just see if they have any information. I'm also half tempted to not even ask if they have any information about this.
Sure.
I'm not on good terms. Well, and this is gonna be like whispered to Syl, so I'm not like screaming this out on the temple steps, okay? So keep that in mind, Jacob.
Okay. As long as you say you're whispering.
Yeah. I'm on decent terms with the Temple of Talos in the sense that they think I'm looking for the bounty that they want, so I'm gonna casually keep saying I'm looking, and I've heard some whispers of someone, over on some distant part of Haven. Just to
Well,
keep
Now
them
make
off
a
our tracks.
performance check, because we all know that one person who you tell to whisper and they go, okay.
Oh, but this is Silt, come on.
It was you talking, not Silt talking. I would trust Silt to whisper.
And I
don't
said
know if
I
I
was
would trust
whispering.
Galen too.
And I said I was whispering.
You're good. I'm just giving you a hard time.
So I guess we just go in and then maybe just see how everyone feels, and then maybe decide if we're gonna ask them if they've heard of this thing walking around.
Yeah.
Shape shifting.
that sounds good. I will be here as your bounty helper.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Are you in disguise?
I was gonna say, are you
No.
still Scalpel, or what are you?
No, I'm just Silk.
So
You
Yeah, go
walk
ahead.
into the temple, and morning service is kind of on the tail end, where people aren't leaving yet, but service isn't actively going. So it's kind of everybody chit-chatting and meeting each other. And as with every other time, a young acolyte walks up to you and, welcome to the Temple of Talos. Unfortunately, you've missed the morning service, but is there anything I can be of assistance with?
yeah, I actually was hoping if I could just ask some quick questions. I'm working with the Bounty Hunters Guild, and there's something that came across my path that I was really hoping to get some insight on.
I will answer as best as I can.
Great. Do you happen to know of someone named Elda Merrowwind?
Unfortunately, no, I've never heard of them.
Oh, okay. She's a healer, so I know you guys provide those services.
Oh,
So
if they're not one of our clergy, we don't know any other healers, unfortunately. We handle everything in-house.
And then just out of curiosity, have you heard of anything super devious or strange that's been happening? Maybe some of your followers, your congregation have heard of something that seems terrifying, strange, an abomination.
There are always weird goings on in Haven, but the guard, the watch, quickly handles those issues.
Cool. I just wanted to check and make sure that nothing was bothering you all. So I'll just take my leave then. Thank you so much for all your help.
You're welcome.
And then as we're going to leave, I'm gonna take a look and see if I notice them for the end of the congregation prayer service. Are any of the other people like where they're taking anything to go away from the service? Kind of trying to follow up on what Otis was asking.
Yeah, I've been watching too.
Okay. Let me check. Oh, wrong button. Do.
And also, Galen, do you want to talk to the guards, the watch, that quote take care of everything?
Yeah, we probably should. They might have insight that other people don't.
So what
Even
are
though I
you,
really don't want to talk to them.
are you looking for anything specific as to the comings and goings, or like if you were to look for something that's sticking out, what do you think it would be? Let's go with that.
I'm just looking for flow and patterns of what people are doing.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of all Otis really asked for. Am I right,
Okay.
Brad?
What's that?
That Otis just wants to know like comings and goings, patterns, the flow of everything at the Temple of Talos.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
not
so we're
really
just looking
any. In the moment you're here, there's not really any coming or going. Within the temple, everybody's kind of clicked up. It's kind of like a high school lunchroom, where these people are over here talking after the service, and those people are over there, and nothing really sticks out about any group in particular, other than the obvious social class, what they're wearing, how they carry themselves, kind of like you can tell which group is preppy as opposed to the emo kids, which groups are a little better off than the others, which group is the gaggle of wives as opposed to the businessman husband nearby waiting to leave. That
Okay. Did I get cut off?
Nope. I'm waiting
Okay.
on you guys because
Okay. Yeah, so let's head over to I just wanted to double check. So let's head over to the guards, because also witness number 2 in the sewer lair was guard captain Alira Voss. So we can also ask her questions about this abomination. Sound good? As I look at Zolt.
Sounds good.
Cool. That's where we're heading next.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just finishing up stuff for Mike. All right, Mike, I updated.
Yeah, I've been reading while you were typing.
Okay.
That works.
Does that answer all your questions?
I mean, it's enough. I'd probably want to make my way down to the docks maybe go into the shit, the place where everybody goes, the main office where the docks. See if I could dig up a little bit more information. I don't want to bug Vex with this stuff. That's why I want to.
Okay.
Go find some of this information on my own. Let's put it that way. But I had to have the key information that I got from Vex to actually go find the rest of the information, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, there was one last bit of key information there that I forgot to type because I was
Okay.
multitasking, which is kind of important. Okay, so you're gonna head down there, do some questioning around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that
kind of
last
important.
main
That's my
thing
bad.
is not. Yeah. Yeah, no, never mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna hang out at the Rest Anchor for now.
Okay.
They ain't gonna have the information I'm looking for.
I will have another whisper for you here in a second. Let me just get this next part rolling. Back at the church, you guys are just forging away. Anything else going on?
Yes. Between the silvering,
Mm-hmm.
I want to start, and I don't know if I'll need to go buy ingredients or something, but I want to make like an absolute fuck ton of like breakfast burritos or breakfast sandwiches or something like that that I can
Okay.
put in my bag of holding. Because I figured tomorrow, what I'd like to do, since this seems to be, just affecting normal people, and more than likely probably the poor people, because that's the easiest people to get away with this type of behavior, start handing out, breakfast to everybody and just kind of talking to them and seeing if they have any information on this. I just feel like they probably have the best chance of knowing something and the least chance of telling it to the guards.
Fair enough. How many burritos you want to make?
Couple hundred?
Jesus.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off 40 gold.
That is amazing that you're making burritos, by the way.
Per
Right.
100 burritos you want to make.
Okay, I guess I'm making 100 burritos.
And then you can add 100 burritos to your inventory.
This is so cute. In my mind, I'm just picturing him like making the burritos away. Cute.
I
Half
wonder
of
how
them
many
spicy,
times-
half of them mild. Oh, what the?
Okay. So yeah, you'll do that. And then who did you want to ask about what?
I figured like tomorrow after, because I figured to, it's already in the afternoon and we've got that thing tonight, but I figured in the morning I would go out and start handing them out to like the poor sections around where this thing's been spotted.
Okay.
Kind of try to earn their trust between being absolutely adorable and giving away free food. I figure they'll probably open up to me.
Okay. Not a problem. Well, it's gonna be about noon when you guys finish foraging. And to make 100 burritos, assuming everybody's gonna stay and help, one person prepping, one person cooking, one person rolling the burritos, probably another hour. So it'd probably be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, everything said and done.
Well, I mean, we got time for a nap. But Pearl, there's something I've been meaning to ask you
Yeah, go ahead.
since you were here, and I didn't want to put your shit on blast to everybody.
Okay.
But I have kept this for a while. I think it's in my inventory somewhere. I know I put it in there somewhere. But it's your
positive
old
pregnancy test you found in the bathroom garbage.
Ooh, better not be. I can already hear the knife sharpening in the other room. No, it's Pearl's old amulet to Poseidon.
What about it?
Well, I mean, a while back, you pretty much flipped and threw this
Yeah,
a while back.
I know. I
You
remember.
said you would tell us more about it, but you haven't said anything. I mean, I didn't really want to put your stuff on blast and all of that. But seeing as, Poseidon is my deity and all, I just wondered what happened.
Well, I had a really special connection with him until everything went down with my family. After that, I just felt that everything that I've been studying for, everything that I thought of, was obviously a lie.
I'm sorry, what happened to your family?
Well, we were in a ship. We got attacked basically, and some of us had to go a separate way. We had a lot of people in that ship. It wasn't just my family. But my family was murdered. So for a long time I thought that we just ran our separate ways and that eventually we will find each other again. But that did not happen.
Who
See, the man that approached me at the ball,
mm-hmm.
And she gets kind of she doesn't want to talk too much about it, but she's I'm a little antsy talk. I want to tell you about it, but I'm kind of antsy about it to tell you too. Since we went our separate ways when our ship got attacked, a lot of people were trying to find me. So I thought that he was going to take me away and hold me hostage like I was a long time ago.
This is the guy that killed your family.
I don't know who killed my family yet, but till this day, I don't know who did that. I hope I find out one day. But
Pam,
there's no right.
Since we wrote your origin story almost a year ago, I will above table remind you that a storm killed your family, which is why you forsake Poseidon.
Yeah, but we don't know if the storm killed my family or not officially.
But if your family's dead, you know it's the storm's fault, so you blame Poseidon. Is the point I'm getting at.
Well, but then that doesn't go with the story that I wanted to go with, the guy that was trying to kill me and tell me to walk away on the ball.
But then I have to rewrite all the campaign setup I have set up for your backstory shit.
You know!
That's why we do character prep. So I can prep maps and missions and not have to redo all of it.
But it's not just a storm that Pearl was upset about for Poseidon. I can't just blame everything on him for a storm that has very little.
In this world, yes, you can.
Okay.
Most people blame the gods that are related to the particular area, i.e., storms on the seas would be Poseidon.
So would it be fair to say that Pearl blames Poseidon because Poseidon didn't step in and help her family.
So at the time, Pearl was a worshiper of Poseidon. The whole ship that she was on, her whole family was. And then
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
massive storm came in, wiped them out. She was the only survivor, or at least that's what she thinks
We don't know
is
that.
the truth. You don't know for sure or not. And it was at that moment that she forsook was for whatever the past tense of forsake Poseidon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at the time she was playing a paladin, which was kind of the stepping stone into her being an anti-paladin, an oath breaker.
Got it.
She needed to forsake her god in some way, and that was how we set that up.
The storm happened. As far as Pearl goes, her family side, that's why she's beefing with Poseidon.
According to what DM says, yes. I guess we'll go with that. Not well, what Pearl says, but sure, we can go with that a year later.
I messaged you, Mike.
Okay, I'll leave it at that for now.
And on top of that, she blames everything bad that happens to Poseidon, so she just doesn't have a good relationship with him anymore. She blames everything on him. Anything that goes south way, oh, it's his fault. And in a way, kind of like I'm being punished because I hate him so much now. I feel like I'm being punished by just hating him and just having that disrespect towards him versus what I had before. My idol, my worshiper, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I can understand how that would be angering and frustrating
Yeah.
for sure. Well, I was just curious. Poseidon is a finicky god for sure.
No, and that's
So
what, like I
pleased.
said last time we talked about, is like, I don't mean no disrespect to you. I'm not trying to disrespect you in any way, shape, or form. I just have a relationship with him that, unfortunately, it's very shaky.
And I don't take it as disrespect. I was just curious. We never really
Got into it, yeah.
talked about it. We never, I mean, we've been together for a year now
Yeah.
and haven't really talked about it. I mean, obviously, we should probably talk to Gal too. It sounds like Gal's got some stuff
Yeah, for sure.
going on,
For sure.
but all I can say is that I can't speak for his actions or what happened that day, but Poseidon has his own way, I guess, of watching over his children
Yeah.
to an extent. I
Yeah.
guess. So, but I'll leave it at that.
We can say that. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that, though.
Yep.
But thank you for talking to me about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Hey, Ed, are those burritos done?
Do we got extras?
I mean, I suppose we could. We should probably all try one just to make sure they're good.
Yeah, totally. Instead of putting like a little mild sauce, I'll just throw a little blood of them in mine. Like just a little taste.
A little drippy drop.
You're gonna do good. This is a good deed.
Yes, this will help the poor people. Plus, they'll tell us everything we want to know.
Hopefully.
Brad, are you secretly branding Poseidon's logo onto the burritos?
Oh my god.
No. No, I'm not that dirty.
A Poseidon panini press.
If you're gonna find a hard time, there's a big old gone symbol on there.
I'm about to burn that burrito.
So, Brad, you were going to take a nap, I'm assuming in your workshop.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that'll put you at 3 o'clock. Pearl and Pan, what are you two doing? It's now.
I'm going.
It's 1 o'clock in
I'm
the
going-
afternoon where you guys are.
I'm going back to the bathhouse to take a nice hot steamy bath. Get myself all prepped. I'm gonna go see my best buddy, my battle buddy again. I'm excited. Really hoping he doesn't just throw me out in the yard and beat the shit out of me again.
I feel like I forgot something because of that comment.
Honor duel.
Oh, that was the prince. He's not going to be at
Isn't-
the bathhouse.
No, but he's gonna be at the dinner we're going to at 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So. So I'm in my head, in Pan's head, he is stuck somewhere between best friend and some scary dude is gonna beat the crap out of me. Because
Oh,
you only
bromance.
fight with people if you're best friends.
Bromance
family.
going on.
I mean, we are a couple of hot shorties.
All right. So you go to the bathhouse, seeing as you technically partially own the building, you get free services as long as it's above the belt. So you'll spend some time there. Pearl, what are you doing?
Cleaning the kitchen. It's a mess.
Okay, so everybody just bailed and left the woman to clean up. Got it.
I did all the cooking. It's only fair somebody else cleans.
Yep.
Alright. So that'll take you
that-
some time, which will kind of bring everything all together. At the
Alright.
Some time. How much of a mess did you make?
You made
Unbelievable.
100 burritos.
Worth.
100 burritos.
And I would like to say,
It's going to take.
Pan is anal retentive. I have a hard
Okay.
time imagining he wouldn't be cleaning as he was going through cooking.
If I don't
Oh,
see
God.
myself in the chrome.
Couldn't
Yeah,
be that
got it.
bad.
Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be at least 2 hours till I'm done cleaning. Got it.
But Pearl's also OCD, so yeah, it's going to take a minute. Even if it
Yeah.
looks clean, you're going to clean it.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
fair.
So Silt and Gallon, you guys headed up to the compound to meet with the Watchers.
Before we even get there, I'm gonna look at Sil and be like, I think if it's all right with you, I think you should handle the Watchers. I think you're better at dealing with them than I am.
Sure.
I will be your lackey captain, and I give a little salute.
Above table, what's dude's name? The head guy.
The head guy is the Lord Marshal.
Right. And the person
I'm-
we're looking for is the guard
Captain
captain
Elira
Alira Voss.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the title of my buddy, the Lord Marshal.
You approach the gates as you have before, and the two guards standing just outside of their opposite shacks step forward and state your business.
We are here researching some goings on in Haven. We're members of the Bounty Hunters Guild, and we have some special tasks, a special job, and we'd like to speak with Alira Voss about an experience she had recently.
At the mention of the name, they guards kind of side-eye each other. And one of them turns and runs inside the compound. The other one, just a moment, and steps back to his door. You can see him like reaching inside the door and kind of looking at his waist. You see his arm moving like he's scribbling.
Like he's actually scribbling with a writing utensil on
Yeah.
something on the door?
The best you can tell, it looks like he's writing something. A few minutes goes by, and the guard comes back with an inquisitor. One of the individuals that you saw when Odess got arrested. Full plate armor, full face helmet, unable to tell race, gender, anything. The inquisitor steps up to you, speaking from behind the helmet. It sounds metallic and echoey, so you can't really tell anything. Goes, I understand you're looking for Elira Voss,
That's correct.
and you're with the Hunters Guild?
We are.
Show me your slips, please.
Get my slip out and show it to him or her. It.
I do the same.
Very good. Follow me. And the inquisitor will turn and walk into the compound. Do you follow?
I do.
Yes.
You follow the inquisitor into the courtyard, past the training ground, around the little building that is a makeshift courthouse that you've been inside of, through the door that you know leads down into the holding cells and the mines below, past the dungeons, down the stairs, and into the underground guard complex at the edge of the mines. Instead of proceeding straight to enter the mines, the Inquisitor turns to the left. It takes you down a long hallway, barely lit by candlelight. At the end of it is a large, seemingly oaken door, reinforced with metal bars. It's got one of those little, like, prison slips on it, so you can slide it and see inside before you open the door. And Elira Voss stands in front of the door and faces you and goes... Or sorry, not Elira Voss, the Inquisitor stands in front of the door, goes, here is Elira Voss, and flips the slip open.
Oh. I should reread this note.
Are you looking in?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. You look inside. You see a very naked elven woman, probably a little older than middle-aged, curled up in the corner of a cell, just bare nail scratching at the wall. She is filthy. She has scars, like scratch marks in various stages of healing, all over her visible body. There's a moment where she turns and you can see her eyes through her hair. And it's straight up, just imagine the worst, like, insane asylum scene, crazy person scene that you've ever seen in a movie, and that's what you're envisioning here. She's scratching at the wall. She sees you and lets out a guttural scream and then goes back to scratching the wall and cowering into the corner.
I'm going to turn to the Inquisitor and ask, did she say anything useful about the experience that made her like this to anybody?
Give me 1 second, I'm rereading the note. Make sure I don't give you bad information. No. She came back from the patrol, gave her report, and a couple hours later we were down sitting for dinner, and she just went crazy. It took 6 of us, 6 of our strongest men, to restrain her. Originally, we thought it was a sickness of some sort. We called for the clerics. We called for the apothecary. None of them could cure her. We kept her in a normal cell, but she would convince other prisoners to come close and then rip out their throats. We brought her down here to isolate her. We used to go in to give her her food. We lost 2 guards before that happened. Now we just throw the food in through the peephole. Sometimes she eats, sometimes she doesn't.
Is she, have any of you tried to determine if she's possessed?
The clerics don't think she is. They've tried prayers and rites. They've tried healing. They've tried restoration.
Has anybody tried to open up a path or a link with her to telepathically to see?
We don't have anybody with access to those capabilities, unfortunately. The clerics tried a simple calm emotion spell. It worked for a moment. You could see her eyes clarify, and just as quick as that moment came, it would leave, and she would be right back to this.
Nobody's tried a detect thoughts spell on her.
No. If you have the
You mind?
capability, please.
You wouldn't mind if I tried that?
As long as you don't harm her, she is still a member of the Watch.
I'm gonna turn to Gallon and say, Gallon, if somehow something gets in my brain, just, I guess, get me out of here and deal with me.
Yeah, you'll be my top priority.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess, try to use detect thoughts on her.
Pull up the spell
Let's see.
details. Give me just a second.
Read, not sense.
So the thought on her mind at this moment is emptiness.
Can I roll against her? What is it? Intelligence.
Wisdom.
So I can probe deeper.
That is going to be... What's the DC on that?
15.
Okay. So you probe deeper. Give me a second. Okay. As you probe deeper, you see her flinch and cower and start clawing at the side of her head, taking out clumps of hair and leaving more scratches. But the thoughts you get is horror, fear, and fear of a void, of an emptiness, of a gaping hole leading to nothing.
But she's having these thoughts. It's
Yeah, these are her thoughts.
okay. Okay, so nothing is that I can tell is in there taking over her brain.
In the last moment that the probe goes deeper, you get a secondary fear beyond the whole void, in that the hole takes everything away from you.
Me?
From
Her.
whoever, from
Her.
the hole takes.
Okay. Right.
So how was it?
Well-
Is Silt? I was gonna say, are you out of it yet? I don't want to like.
I
You,
feel like
you have up to 1 minute, so
oh, but I can't. I don't think I can. It's just that one probe deeper, isn't it?
so that's deeper, but it goes for a minute. So
Okay. Well, I would
if
try to
you want
hold
to
on.
try to
and-
do it a second time after a few seconds, see if you get anything different, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying as long as I can, and I'm gonna, make sure she's not like gonna slit her throat or something.
Okay. She continues with the scratching and the, because you know that she can tell you're inside her head, and it's very clear she doesn't like that.
Yeah.
But as you continue to probe, you see kind of what's described in the report, or you don't see it, but you get the fear of it. That's what she's focused on. Faces disappearing, becoming blank. Like, in the first Matrix, when Neo is being interviewed by Agent Smith and his mouth disappears, like kind of like that. Like 1 second there's a face there, and then there's no face there, and then the face like caves in on itself to make just a black voided hole that sucks everything in around it. That's about all you get for the 60 seconds you've got.
Okay.
I would ask the guard, has anyone tried speaking in other languages to see if she'll respond?
Yes, we've tried every dialect known on Haven. Nothing. It's almost as if she's not there.
Well, I do. Am I okay from having that experience? I guess is my question.
I mean, other than the little bit of psychological, I guess, trauma you might get from
Yeah.
feeling those emotions or seeing those emotions, nothing seems to be wrong with you.
Okay. Then they'd probably realize when I was finished after a minute. I'd shake it off and
Yeah,
feel a
as
little
soon
bit
as you're
off.
done, the Inquisitor will note that she stopped scratching herself and kind of just goes back to gently scratching the wall, and she will close the viewport. I think that's enough for one day.
Where were you guys patrolling?
They were patrolling in the lower districts, so that would be anywhere around the Rusty Anchor. Between there and the markets.
Where did you guys venture beneath the streets? Over there.
Haven is a dock, essentially, so beneath the streets is just in the water. Below
You guys were patrolling the water?
On occasion, we go down there when necessity calls for it. Situations where people go missing and we believe that that individual may be below, we go.
Yeah, this is super troubling. As Gal kind of like glances back at the door. And I'm gonna make a pointed look at Silt and then kind of glance down at the whip and hope that she gets the message that I want her to ask.
It would take me a second because I'm still kind of recovering from the terrible things that I felt But then I would see what she's doing and maybe understand and not understand, I think, with a 2.
Fuck you looking at, Gallon?
What?
And have you guys heard of anything remotely close to this since this attack on your captain?
We'll go every few months with nothing, and then we'll get the odd report come in. Some similarities. Never quite the same, but just close enough. It moves around. 6 months ago, when the captain witnessed this, it was down by the Rusty Anchor. 3 months ago, it was up by the Horde. And 4 days ago, there was another far-fetched but seemingly similar report coming from near the anchor again.
And you said you had healers come out to come see her. Who was the healers that you had
I'd
come
have
here?
to look at the logbooks, but I know it was a cleric from the temple. We also had Lena from the apothecary come by.
Happen to have an Elda Merylwind?
I've never heard that name before.
Okay.
Excuse me, Inquisitor, do you notice any coordination with other happenings when these attacks show up in places? Or is it just random?
Above Tate will clarify.
Like if I don't know, like something notable else, like maybe there's
Oh, so like
riots.
crimes that happen at the same time.
Yeah, crimes or just some
Gotcha.
anything, not necessarily crimes, just anything.
I mean, there's crime happens all the time randomly in Haven, but nothing of note. Typical assaults, minor robberies and thefts. Nothing major and nothing with anybody notable at the same occurrence. Best trend we can figure, which is why we have extra guards posted down on the southern half of Haven, is the attacks happen for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then they stop. When they start up again, we have another month to worry. The one that happened 4 days ago was the first attack in months.
Ah. Okay. Well, I guess we don't have to wait around for it then. Well, thank you for letting
Just
us.
use all caution.
Oh,
Captain
you
Voss
trust
was
me.
one of our best, one of our sturdiest.
After seeing what she felt, I'm not looking forward to meeting this thing, but makes it ever more a priority.
If you are successful, make sure you report back here. I'm sure the Lord Marshal would be very grateful for you.
We will do that. And I thank you for letting us see the Lyra. It was illuminating.
Hopefully it helps. If you can recover the body as well, make sure you bring it up to Lena at the apothecary. She may be able to figure out what is affecting Captain Voss and potentially procure an antidote.
Yes. We will do that.
She will, if you don't have anything else, she will escort you out
I'm good.
and bid farewell, send you on your way.
I would ask Silt what she saw in Voss's mind.
And I would share, and in a way that you can tell it's like it was a thing. It was real.
The PG-13 remake of the rated R movie.
Yeah.
Do I recognize anything that she relays?
Make a medicine check.
I only asked because I did stare down a deep well that felt like a void.
So it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like insanity. Like whatever she saw or went through just made her crack, and she wasn't able to bounce back from it.
Well, guess onward to the next. Shall we go pay a visit to our favorite apothecary?
Yeah.
Maybe someone could finally freaking tell me who this Elda Merylwind is. It's the most elusive freaking healer on Haven.
So time jumps. You guys know how that works. Pan is soaking at the bathhouse currently. Pearl is still cleaning the kitchen. Odes is taking his nap. Taddy's doing what Taddy do. So you guys show up at the apothecary. You walk in and lean on. Welcome, welcome. How can I help you?
Hey, Lena, it's been a while.
You look familiar. Have I treated you before?
Oh no, but we've dealt with each other before. We get you the special ingredients from the deep blue sea.
That's right.
I know we're not your favorite purple giant, but
well, you know, he's so
we're fond of you.
Intoxicating. It was just a little difficult to recall the rest of you.
I understand.
Wait, what can I do you for? Is he here? Is he coming? She's like
Oh,
looking around you.
Unfortunately, he can't make it, but he passed along his regards and is looking forward to seeing you soon.
Oh, dear Odess, always playing hard to get. What can I help you with, dear?
So a couple things. We just visited the Watchers, and we met with Guard Captain Alira Voss, and we wanted to ask you some questions about it.
Unfortunately, there's not much I can answer. My abilities were limited to healing droughts and a potion of sobriety, but she wasn't drunk and she wasn't injured, so there wasn't much I could do.
I'd kind of look at Silt and kind of look back at Lena and then go, what do you know about, like, treating insanity?
Well, my grandpa always said, if one goes insane, a bullet to the head'll fix it. And those words have never been truer. I have yet to find a cure for it. It's usually something the person can either deal with on their own, or they can't. I'm not saying it's not possible, I'm just saying it's not within my repertoire.
Okay, and do you know of an Elda Merylwind?
Oh, yes. Lovely healer. Quite proficient with some seaweed potions that, it doesn't matter what they do, Odess will find out one day.
Oh.
I'm sure he'll tell you all about it.
I was gonna give a chuckle and just but
Brad's
you know
face, he's like, oh.
Do you happen to know where we can find her? I've been asking everywhere, but no one seems to heard of her.
Well, that's a little difficult. She is a nomad, would be the best way to put it. She typically travels between the druidic tribes and the sea elves. But no, she spends pretty much all of her time at sea unless she's specifically requested here on Haven, but I wouldn't know how to make that request, unfortunately.
Oh, shoot. We were really hoping to talk to her.
Well, if you have any contacts in any of the outer tribes, you could reach out to them. Maybe they know or have seen her.
I may have someone I know who could reach out to her.
Well, there you go. That's a better bet than wasting time.
Above
with me.
table, I don't have any other contacts within these other sea elf tribes, do I? I'm a loner. Yeah, I figured. Okay.
You were a homesteading family. You don't know anybody out there.
I know. That's why I'm
Except
so
for that
awkward.
one ship captain.
Yep. All right. Well, Silt, is there anything else you want to ask?
No. Nope.
Okie dokie. Hey, thanks, Lena. I appreciate it. I'll let
You're
Otis know
welcome.
you're thinking of him.
Oh, please do.
Bye-bye. And then I'm just going to, like, leave and walk out.
Right about this time, it would be 3 p.m. So, Pan, you've been soaking at the bathhouse for a good 2 hours, and unless you want to stay longer. Odess, you wake up from your nap just as Pearl's finishing cleaning the kitchen. You get the, if you walk in here, I'll fucking shoot you look as she's finishing the last little bit of mopping. And Gallon and Silt, you are walking out of the apothecary. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
I think Pan will probably get dressed ready and head back over to the church.
Okay.
Well, gal, were we meeting? Were we meeting back at the church, or were we meeting back at the Rusty Anchor? Did we make plans?
Honestly, there's a couple things going through my mind that probably should be addressed in terms of what we have to do next.
Sure.
They did say that they had a healer go check on Voss from the Temple of Talos.
Mhm.
So we could go back to them and ask. Do I think they're going to give up any information? No.
Well, if they were sharing information at the time with the Watchers, then it sounds, I don't have any reason to believe that the Watchers were holding back what the healers told them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you think it's worth going back to the Temple of Talos?
It sounds like it's just their hands were tied. They didn't know.
No.
And I believe him, because if they were clerical healers, then it's not a demon, it's not a possession, it's
Just a
No,
lost
that's-
mind?
yeah. It sounds that's what it feels like.
Yeah, this is not great. Okay, so second thing is, if this thing is showing up around the south side of Haven towards the Rusty Anchor, and they were patrolling underwater, it might behoove us to go and investigate and see if we can find anything, which I know you don't like underwater, so I would go. But I don't know if that's something we should do today or if we should just wait until after and do it tomorrow.
Say we should wait, because if we find something, maybe it's better to have more.
Yeah, this thing sounds like nasty business.
I'm really, really, really not looking forward to making its acquaintance, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. All right, let's, I guess, go back and just catch everyone up on what we found.
Okay.
I am going to stop by the Rusty Anchor to see if my Noah friend happened to show up, or am I waiting 24 hours above table for that?
You would show up, and Bart would... Ah, Gallon! Got a note for you.
I would take the note. Thanks, Bart.
The note, very simply, is not addressed and says the ship is out to sea and not expected to return for another week.
All right. Thanks, Bart.
You're welcome.
Teddy,
Well, that's a
Rusty Anchor.
fucking bust.
Taddy is
Sorry,
not at the Rusty Anchor.
Okay.
That's keyword for Taddy's doing Taddy shit.
Okay. Well, I guess
Got it.
I would also, since we're over here, I would check on the apartment above the Rusty Anchor and just, make sure everything's in order up there, and then check on the Bastion.
Yeah,
Make
it's
sure everything's in order up there.
got a little bit of a frat house vibe to it. There's nobody
I
here
mean,
currently, and you
yeah.
can tell they kind of tidied up before they left, but it's clear that this is temporary lodging for a ship crew.
Yeah, that's essentially what I was expecting, because that's what I told him to do. So,
But it's
As long
intact,
as-
and it's intact. Which is about all
Okay.
you can hope for, so...
yeah, that's fair. Okay.
They didn't tear the place up.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Some of them even made their beds before they shipped out.
Ooh, which ones?
Bed 1, 5, and 7. You don't know who sleeps where, so...
Definitely not the orc.
Oh,
Alright.
don't check the wizards or the sorcerers. Don't check the sorcerer's bed. You don't.
So
I
you
do
two
that.
are gonna head over to the
That's-
church then?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, well, I don't see anybody around. They must be over at the church.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get back to the church. Probably about the same time Pan gets there. You guys bump into him on the little trail that's starting to wear into the forest leading up to the church. As you're walking.
Hey, Pam.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I am all clean and handsome.
Yeah, you smell good.
We're gonna go see my new BFF.
Yes.
I'm also going to get cleaned up before we go to this thing.
There's definitely a bucket of water and a well there at the church. As you enter the
I'm going to go
church-
give myself a horror bath, apparently.
As you enter the church, Pearl is like trying to position the mop crisscross over the kitchen door and goes, "You walk in here before it's dry, I'll kill you."
I believe that.
Have you seen this in real life? I feel like you've seen this in real life.
Very much so. That's why I'm making it canon for her character. But you are all together now, with the exclusion of Taddy, who's doing
Minus
Taddy
Taddy.
shit.
Well, I would be grooming and cleaning my clothes as well, I suppose.
Whore baths for everybody. Got it.
Listen, it's not a whore bath if you use your own tongue.
I was going to say she's a cat. You don't need it.
Do you like
I-
look up between each lick and go, "I'm sorry, Jesus"?
Oh God.
Absolutely not.
Now,
No
my
shame.
question is, if it's not a whore bath when you use your own tongue, what exactly would that be? Because I'm gonna put that on my list of new kinks.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Is
I have
that
a
a-
name for it.
A masochistic bath? No, because it would have to hurt. Then again,
mean-
I've been licked by a cat and it is not comfortable. So,
Yeah.
It's their barbed tongues.
yeah. Anyways, what are you guys doing? Or are we fast forwarding to dinner?
I would probably tell everyone the general gist of the information we found.
Okay.
I'm guessing Silt would probably do that as well.
With my stuff, I would want Taddy to be here.
Oh, that's true. We'd wait for Taddy. You're right.
Okay. So, in regards to the hunt request, the hollowed one, all that information is passed about. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
relay that to Tatty.
So you guys are filled in on Captain Voss, Elda Morrowind, the healer, and all the information found in regards to that hunt.
Oh, and then I look at Otis and say like, "Hey, Lena says hi, and she's waiting for you to come back."
Right.
Something about seaweed potions?
Oh yeah. You don't want
Little
to know.
green potions or the little blue potions.
Look, if it goes longer than 3 hours, you might want to go see a cleric.
Yeah, they can usually give you quite a bit for it. Depends on how lonely they are.
But yeah.
So we think the captain ran into this thing we're hunting, and that's what fried her brains.
Yes.
Like
It's
old
just-
80s anti-marijuana style fried her brains.
Oh, oh yeah.
Thinking like
Oh yeah.
LSD big
yeah,
time.
there's
CBD fatality.
It's just interesting though because that means that between the time that she hunted this thing, she was able to give a report
Mhm.
that is very sound. And then all of a sudden she's not.
Best you could tell is about a 12-hour time gap. Maybe 10 hours.
Yeah.
From the events in the report to when she lost her mind.
So the question is it like a sickness that like when she encountered it, it like was an infection that got into her system and made her lose her sanity? Or is it something that hunted her down later and then fried her brain?
Can anybody
Sounds like-
account for her whereabouts between when she gave that perfectly reasonable report and when she went cuckoo for Cocoa Puff?
My guess is since she was Captain Guard, that she was probably there at the Watcher's place, giving a report and commanding her troops.
Well, the Inquisitor said something specific. He said, I don't remember what he said, but she gave a report and then did something.
DM, being a healer, is any of this striking a bell?
Make a medicine check.
Oh,
You recall back to when you were just a wee lad.
was
Before-
Otis ever we?
He was at one point.
You guys will never know.
Before even your backstory stuff happened. Sitting in your dad's office, bouncing on his knee, and him explaining his research to you. And you didn't really understand it because you were but a wee lad, but you recall him talking about different creatures and their abilities, and one of them being essentially like a soul drain, where it will, or it can, suck the life force out of a living creature to feed on. And if it finishes feeding, the person being fed on will die. But if it's interrupted, they lose the piece of themselves that makes them them and become something feral, something less.
Also, Jacob, above table, I completely did not catch what she said about the time frame. The guard, when they talk about Voss, what happened between that time frame when they came back and then when, like, gave a report and then when she went insane?
Oh, you didn't ask. It was just a couple hours later they were at dinner and that's when she went insane. You didn't ask what happened in
Okay.
that time frame.
Okay, I couldn't remember what exactly was said.
But you said it was a couple hours.
She gave the report, and then a couple hours later, which would be 10 to 12 hours after she witnessed what was in the report, they were having dinner, and she lost her mind.
Like, while she was eating dinner?
Yeah.
Like, 1 minute she's eating crappy government-issued mashed potatoes, and the next she's tearing some dude's head off?
Like, initially, everybody just thought she was pissed off at the MREs, and then it turns out it was actually something serious.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we can go back and go ask. I'm sure they'd be willing to talk to us.
Well, everything that I recall, I would have relayed to the group. The question is, do we know of anything or anyone that would be able to identify what that creature was?
Probably somebody at the academy.
I mean, do you want to try there, and one of us can try at the Hunters Guild? Maybe there's some old fart sitting around that crossed it or something like that. I mean, I can even try to reach out to my guy because it sounds like this might be an old creature, but I don't think he's going to be of any help. But we could start with those two. What do you think?
Yeah, if we're gonna face this thing, I'd rather have more information than less.
At least know what it is.
All right, should we? Well, I mean, not to. Do we have time to do it tonight or no?
I doubt it.
Jacob?
You have dinner at 6, assuming you're gonna go with the prince, and you know this thing hunts at night. Based on reports, it typically targets drunken individuals. So I can't say whether or not you have time or not, because I don't.
I was
know if
mostly
you're for
not
sure
not
going
talking
to the
about
prin-
hunting.
I
I was
mean,
mostly talking about getting the rest of the information. Pop over to the academy, pop over to the Watchers, pop over to the Hunters Guild.
Well, it was probably pushing 4 when you got to the church.
Okay, then no, I'm good. We'll do it. We'll do it tomorrow.
And you know it takes you 30 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, to get across Haven.
Well, then really what we should do is based off of this thing's movements and its feeding schedule per se. I
Stay
think
the
we should
fuck
all
away from the Rusty Anchor tonight.
well, we should all be in agreement that at night we go in pairs,
Yeah,
no matter what, if we're gonna do anything.
that sounds good.
For sure.
Even if you gotta wake me up because you gotta go take a piss or something, I don't care. But we should go
I will
in pairs.
suspend sneaky shit for now until we.
Someone better let Taddy know.
Well, Patty's with us, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I will leave that to you, Silt, because
You're muted, Mike.
I'm sorry. No, buddy. No, you guys ain't seen me since the Rusty Anchor, and y'all left me behind.
well, I was never at the Rusty Anchor, except for when we left to
That's what he's
go
talking
do our
about.
thing.
Well, this is
Yeah.
all above table anyways, because he's not
It's
even
been
with
that
us.
long
So
since-
it's like a whisper in the wind over there.
Yeah.
So nobody's
No,
seen
this-
Patty in hours. Nobody's seen Taddy
Above
with him
table?
for
No.
hours.
Since brunch.
Then
No.
You all
We
were
got
kind
a
of talking
problem.
about what you were gonna do today, and he gave you the rapier and some silver to silver it for him, and then y'all just got up and left, and nobody
No,
took
hold
the
on.
bait.
In my and Gal's defense, we said like I wanted to go with Gal so I could talk to her, which
No.
means that we.
Patty also said he was doing some stuff, did he not?
He had something he had to do, but when you guys left, Taddy
Yeah.
sat there, and that was the last time you guys saw him.
I offered for him to come.
He said he had something to do.
All right. Well, we got this thing that's a shapeshifter that's out there. Nobody's seen Taddy for hours. We need to go find Taddy.
Do these earrings work? Like, can we activate them?
They work like a message spell. They are linked to each other. I forget what the range I put on them was.
300.
300.
It doesn't need to be Tatty that initiates because they're like
No, the
bidirectional.
earrings are bidirectional.
Okay. Well, I would try to reach out then. It's like, hey, Tatty. Tatty, you there? Over.
Nothing.
I was gonna say if my understanding of where I'm at, where you are,
You're way
no,
more
that ain't
than
gonna work.
300 feet away.
Then
Yeah.
I would say, well, he's not within 300 feet.
Or maybe he is. He's just not answering.
Yes. Well,
Oh, Daddy. Hope he's okay.
Still, you don't need the entire group here for dinner, do you?
no.
All right. I'm assuming that this thing is probably not going to attack the prince's group because they're high up, unless it is the prince himself, which then that's a whole nother fucking story.
Yeah. There's
Why don't you pick someone to go with you to this dinner? The other three of us will go find Tatty.
Gal is going to very much want to be at this dinner.
Go.
To sniff out any other blue Abishai.
Well, we kind of need you to go sniff out the little flyy guy.
For the record, this is my split the party face.
I'm
And
putting a
Gal's
fucking
really
tracker
torn
on
about
Tatty.
this, but like.
Can you track?
No, I'll stay behind. I'll stay behind. It's fine.
No,
I will hunt down the flighty
look,
fuck and
I wanted to wait until Tatty was here too to talk to you guys, but like the prince is being targeted by another group. Obviously, we dealt with that, so there is possibly danger there too. So
awesome.
I have
So
some more information about that.
well, how many more hours until we have to leave, and how many hours can we wait for Tatty to show up?
You're about a half an hour from the western gates where you need to go to get to the mainland, and it's about 4 o'clock right now, and dinner's at 6. So it depends on if you want to be on time or casually on time.
Still, how credible is your threat?
How credible is the report of the threat?
Yeah.
Very.
So we think something's going to happen at this dinner.
Not necessarily. It's just an ongoing threat to specific groups, including sea elves and druidic people and governmental sites.
And this is information we're planning on sharing with him.
With I'm gonna
prince?
play that one by ear.
Oh, fuck, that means you need Gal Pal over here.
Well, I just don't want to. I wanted you to be aware that there may be shit going down. Like they may not be as safe on their little island as they think they are, so.
Well, we need to make a little kitty backpack for Tatty when we get back. Keeps disappearing on us.
Or at least like one of those retractable leashes.
That's what I was
Can we just,
talking
like-
about.
Let's put an air tag on them, it'll be fine. We don't need them to.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. You tried that once, snatching my ankles when I tried to fly away. How well did that go over? You want to
You
try
all
that
hear-
again?
Do you all hear
Really?
that whisper on the wind?
I will find a way.
Well, I presume Pan wants to go to the dinner so he can see his bud.
His best friend.
Okay. So why don't you three go to the dinner? Pearl, do you want to come with me to go find Tatty?
Yeah, let's
or
go.
are we just leaving Tatty to his devices?
No, let's try to go find him.
All right. Don't go anywhere without just the three of y'all stick together, please. Deal?
We'll definitely try.
I'm gonna regret saying this, but let's go, Pearl. Let's go find Tatty.
This is
Let's
great.
go.
I've got Mike afraid to go anywhere without rope. Now I've got Brad afraid to walk around his own hometown.
Without Tatty?
I'm doing good work.
It's not even you doing the work. That's the funniest part.
All right. Pearl and Odess, how would you like to begin your search for Tatty?
Well, where was the last thing that did he even mention where he was gonna be by? Any hint? Any clue? Anything?
He just said he had
La-
something to do. Last time you saw him was at the Rusty Anchor.
Okay, so why don't we go back to the Rusty Anchor and ask Bart if he saw him
That's what I'm thinking.
as of the last 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever hours, and go from there.
Are you
Yeah.
guys doing anything to search for him while you're traveling? Or are you just
Looking
gonna
for
get over
him?
there and start asking questions?
I mean, as I'm walking, because I'm assuming we're going to pass through the markets and all that stuff, which I know is Tatty's hunting grounds.
Right.
Definitely going to be keeping my eyes open.
Yeah.
Looking
Does Pearl
around.
have an earring?
I don't think Pearl does.
Odess
No, I
does.
don't.
Oh,
No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
How many-
we're trying
how
to
many-
keep an eye to see
It's
if we see
300
him
feet.
Okay.
as we
then-
walk.
Yeah,
Of
and I
course.
would probably be calling out to him via the earring too.
Okay.
Like I would pick a distance, so I would.
Well, you know it's got a
Start-
range of 300 feet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
The next question I have is, Mike, do you respond
Mhm.
when you hear his voice over the earring?
Yeah.
Okay. So
As soon as I hear it.
Odess and Pearl, you guys get to the base of the tower right before you cross into the market. And Odess, you get on your earring and, Tatty, can you hear me? And he responds.
I go, yeah, what?
Are you joining us or?
No. I got something to do. I'm good.
Okay. Well, we all agreed that we wouldn't. I mean, you weren't there for it, but all of us have agreed since this thing wants to hunt at night that we should never travel without a partner. So
Well,
you're the only one without a partner.
well, buddy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but plausible deniability here, bud.
Well,
You don't
we
want to
might
know what's going on, and nobody
Not-
wants to be here.
be able to do.
Not to mention, I don't think anybody can do what I need to do. So, I
right.
mean,
Well, how about this? We've got what, a 300-foot distance on this thing?
Yep.
yeah, I'm probably not going to go much further than this until
Okay.
I need to do what I need to do.
So, here's what we'll do. We will keep our distance from you. You just keep us in contact. If I don't hear from you, say every 30 minutes, then we're going to come looking in your general direction.
Buddy, you're not going to hear from me when you leave from the distance of this earring.
No,
And
I'm
I'm
saying
probably going to be here all night. You're probably not going to see me till morning, because that's probably how long this is going to take.
that's fine. We can stay in a place out of sight, out of mind, not paying attention to whatever it is that you're doing, but still staying within message distance.
Okay, yeah. No, you come to where you are now, and you should be able to get me till morning. By morning, I should be done, and you'll find me back probably at the Rusted Anchor. Or I don't know. Where are you guys staying? Are you guys staying at your
We're probably going to stay at our bastion
Okay,
tonight.
then
Oh.
I'll come meet you guys there then. That's fine.
Okay. Pearl and I will stay here, and we will check in with you every so often.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Go. Shoo. Go. Go. Go
Okay.
do what you got to do. Bye.
Otis, what was that about?
I mean, Tatty being Tatty.
What does that mean? Is he in trouble? Do we have to kill somebody? I'm thirsty.
Probably will have to eventually, so don't get too excited.
But is he okay? Is he coming with us? What's going on?
He's doing Tatty stuff. He's not coming with us. He doesn't want to tell us what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows what he's doing? But allegedly, if we stay here, we can stay in contact with him. So I don't really have plans to really go anywhere, because if he's gonna stay out here all night by himself, I mean,
By
what do you
himself?
think?
Then how do we know if he's in trouble or not?
Well, as far as I know, this is where I could reach him at right now. He's
Okay.
answering me, but he's not. He's refusing to tell me where he's going, what he's doing, which, quite frankly, I really don't need to know what he's doing. But
No, right. Just want to make sure that he's okay and he's safe and what we're gonna do, and not leave him left out.
well, I mean, you and I got a choice right now. We can try to make it back to the others, and maybe we'll make it back in time before they go to dinner, and we leave Tatty out here by himself. Which then we run the risk of we won't know if anything happens to Tatty. If that makes sense. Or we can stay here and pester Tatty all night.
We need to let the others know what's going on so they don't start getting worried about us, like something happened to us, because then it'd be 3 missing.
Well, we're not going to be worried about you guys. We're having dinner.
We got our own shit to worry about.
That's right.
Well, we're gonna be meeting eventually to talk to Tatty about things.
No, he's not going to meet with us until the morning.
Oh, till next morning.
He's refusing to meet with us until the next morning, basically.
Gotcha.
But you
Any
guys
chance
are
you
gonna,
guys-
Grab my.
but you two are gonna camp
I'm gonna
out
grab my
there
earring.
just in case, right?
Say what? I'm sorry.
You said you were gonna camp
I'm-
out there just in case, Brad.
Well, that's
We
what I'm
haven't
asking
decided.
Pearl.
We're talking about it right now. We haven't decided our life options right now.
Gotcha.
Can y'all
M-
can y'all
Mike,
make
what were
it
you
back
saying?
for dinner?
I'm going to grab my earring and say, Otis, are you still here?
Yes.
Buddy, plausible deniability. You need to go. Trust me, you don't want to be around here.
What is he saying? What is he saying?
He's saying something about plausible deniability, and we don't want to be around here, and that we should leave.
Okay, then let's go. We're not gonna camp here. If
Okay.
tomorrow morning we don't hear from him, then it will be a clusterfuck.
Hey,
But we'll go
you
from
come
there.
back acting all weird, Tatty, and I'm kicking your ass when you come back.
Yeah, say it with me,
Yeah,
folks.
okay.
Officer, I've never seen that man before in my life.
Yeah, I will disown you.
Okay, let's go. Bye,
uh,
Teddy. Be safe. Protect yourself.
Pearl says, bye, don't be stupid.
I did not say.
Yeah.
That's a
I
quick
did not
summary.
say that. Okay, let's go,
I
let's
use
go.
the earring. That's a game plan.
Are you two gonna rush back to try to make it to dinner?
Yeah, hopefully. I will try to reach whoever's got the earring on that side and let them know
Both
we're on
Silt
our way
and
back.
I do.
Beautiful. You contact them as you get within 300 feet of the church, and they're just getting ready to leave for dinner. So you all meet up outside the church, just in time to leave for dinner.
We're going to see the prince, right?
He'll be there.
Well, we assume he'll be there.
Hopefully. He should be.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask Silt real quick if I should go disguised.
if you go disguised, disguise is something different than what you went to the gala in.
Yeah.
For
Like-
timing purposes, keep in mind it's a half an hour to the gate to enter the mainland. And you don't know how long it's going to take to get to where you're going from there, or how long you're going to be there, or how long it'll take to get back.
Alright, well, fuck it. Then
Uncharted territory, guys.
Yep.
fuck it. I guess yeah. I'll just go this way. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
mean,
this way you
you're-
need to
you're-
disguise.
You're a cleric. You should have all fancy robes, right? If you want to look all clericy.
What do I have? I have a bunch of different stuff.
No,
okay.
it's funny.
I guess I'll
last night.
Claire-
Last night, Odess was the one standing at the door saying, "Let's go, girls," and now the girls are standing at the door waiting on Odess to pick out what he's gonna wear.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, most cleric kits come with your robes and
They do.
traveler's
I-
outfit.
I had to get new ones though over time.
Do you need me to do your makeup?
No,
I mean, you're just like you're a crew member on our team of get shit done people. So
okay.
And,
if-
and pulls out a container of turtle wax and a buffer and asks if he can do your hair.
I don't have any hair. You want to do
That's
my
why.
beard?
That's what the
I pulled up
turtle wax was for.
Oh,
right.
To give you that shine.
fuck you,
And-
Pan.
I'm gonna look at Pan and say, Pan, if it comes up, you're new to this crew. We got in contact with you, after the fight and recruited you at that point. Because since we weren't there together.
Okay.
I'll just put on a set of brown traveler's clothes to go this time. I won't be wearing my vestments.
Okay.
Let's make it simple. I guess I should go in and
I will be going as Scalpel as well, since that's who's invited.
Okay. Well, if you guys are all ready to go, you will make your way, and approach the gate to the mainland. As you do so, there is a squad of what appear to be royal guard, dressed very similarly to the two you saw at the party that ended up being disguised Abishai. And one of them approaches or takes a step forward. Halt! This gate isn't used by those who work the mainland. You have to go to the southern gate for that.
Well, I would scoff and get out my invitation and flip it open.
He snatches it from your hand, reads it over. Ah. Yes, we've been expecting you. Right this way. Open the gate! The gates will swing open, revealing the fields, the trees, the mountain. It's the closest you've ever seen the mainland or anything on it. As you all step through the gate, for all but one of you, the first time you feel earth underneath your feet. You've felt rock before, because you've all been in the mines, but this is soft farm earth underneath your feet. Only one of you has ever felt this before, and it's a very weird sensation. It's like losing your sea legs. Like it feels too comfortable.
Does that mean that like my speed is doubled because it's so great to get around on?
It feels like that early onset arthritis some of you may or may not have, because that's up to you, is cushioned and not as sharp. So it's not going to help your speed or anything. It's just an aesthetic.
Okay.
It's-
Hey, I thought I'd try.
Nope, that's a fair try. But no, it's aesthetic. It's for the first time in your lives, you're standing on actual soil. Not rock, not water, not wet soil, actual ground.
I have this sudden urge to like start digging in it and feel my bladder a little bit.
Roll around, get the scent on you.
Yeah. Just kidding. I don't feel that.
But as you take in the moment, the gates close behind you. One of the guards, right this way, and starts leading you up a path towards the mountain. Anybody want to do anything while you're walking? It's uncharted territory, so if there is
I am
anything-
taking in everything,
Okay.
just in case you ask for it.
Yeah, anybody who wants to roll a perception check, a nature check, an insight check, anything, just explain why you make the roll that you made, so I know what you're looking for and what kind of answer to give you.
Looking for anything that we might be on the outlook for. Anything that grabs my attention that seems sketchy.
Okay.
Or anybody watching us.
Would perception or insight be better for trying to get a feel for?
So perception is noticing things. Insight is getting the vibe of those things. Is probably the best way to explain it.
Rolling for all of it.
One
And
roll each. Come on now.
Sticking to
Um,
instinct because I feel like people are watching us. I don't know if they are. Maybe I'm just. I don't know.
Galen, we're going to use your best roll, which is nature. So you take note of all the plants that you pass by. There are fields full of the food you guys eat. There are fruit trees. There are bushes with berries on them. And you recognize all of them. This is what produces most of... Well, no, this produces all of the fruit and vegetable food for Haven. So you recognize all the food. You've just never seen it produced before. You're very awestruck by the plant growth. The only other time you've seen anything like this is when you guys were with the air nomads. There was that one druid who grew her own stuff.
Gotcha.
Pearl, keeping an eye on people, watching for danger, checking for motions. You will note that the handful of farmers that you pass, looking like they're done for the day and heading home for the evening, they definitely take note of you. They definitely look at you a little weird. But it's like haven't seen you before. What are you doing here? Weird. And keep on their way. The guards seem very about their business and only focused on getting you where you need to go.
Okay.
Odess, you keep trying to focus and keep a look for anything you haven't already noticed, and you keep getting distracted by all the beautiful plants. You know, the apple trees are in blossom right now, so the trees are that pretty pink color, and you just, ooh, piece of candy. ooh, piece of candy, and you're just having a hard time focusing. It's kind of the same story with you, Silt. Like you're trying to keep an eye on everybody, looking, see what their vibe is, and you kind of get the vibe that everybody's just it's just another day for them. But at the same time, you keep catching yourself getting distracted.
I'm also trying to keep an eye out for any signs, sense of Blue Abishai.
Okay. You already made a perception check. None so far.
That'll be a continuous one, so if you want me to continue rolling for that, let me know.
I know your passive perception, so no.
Thanks.
You have a really good passive perception, so.
I do, but I also like understand if you want me to roll, so it's no big deal.
Nope, you're good. So the trip takes about 25 minutes because you're walking up the side of a mountain, but you end up at this little gray tower here. It stands alone from the towering castles, as well as away from any farmhouses or shacks that may be there. But they take you to this little tower, which looks more like a guard post than anything. But open the door, and inside you see the prince sitting at the end of a rectangular table big enough to seat about 20 people. The room is brightly lit by candlelight with a fire going against the back wall behind the prince. The table is filled with all sorts of meats, mainly aquatic, as well as fruits and vegetables. It is definitely a feast. It's, my friends, welcome. Enter, sit.
I told you he was my friend.
Oh, you little one. We have unsettled business, but that can wait.
I would make, hellos, like, Your Highness. And I would also be sure to state that I'm sorry that my admiral couldn't be here this evening. She had business elsewhere.
It's fine. From what I understand, you're the scalpel right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. From what I understand, you're the man in charge, and that's who I really wanted here. But enough of the pleasantries. No more highnesses or princes or anything. You saved my life. For the next, however long this party lasts, we are friends. Nothing more, nothing less. Now sit, eat, drink. Be merry. This is a celebration of you. Are you guys going? What are you doing? Talk to me. You're still just standing outside right now, so.
I'm gonna go sit down next to him.
Ah, wonderful. Right here.
Yeah, I go into.
I'm all happy and bouncy.
Gal's gonna follow and say, "Thank you for having us."
It's my pleasure. It's the least I could do. Now sit. Guards, shoo.
No.
No.
Do I smell anything from the guards?
You do not.
Okay.
A little bit of PTSD there, Becca.
There were no guards in this chamber. The guards that escorted you up to the tower shut the door, and you can hear the clanking fade as they march away.
Okay.
Well, I would make introductions for Odess and Pearl and Galen.
Ah, wonderful. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet friends of the Scalpel.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Otis will give him a nod.
As you
Pleasure, Your Highness.
say nice to meet you, Pearl, he kind of squints his eyes and stares at you. And leans over to you, Silt, and goes, "You are aware you have a vampire in your group, right?"
Ah, yes, we've domesticated her.
It's very faint. I can tell she's fed recently. Her eyes aren't as red as the bloodthirsty ones are.
Do I hear this?
He's not being super subtle about it, but he's trying to be politely subtle. So you can hear him, but you can tell he's being calm about it.
I'm gonna look at him, smile, and say, "Consider me vegetarian."
I didn't know that was an option. The only
Yes,
pirates I
yeah.
ever hear about are, or the only vampires I ever hear about are the vampirates, and they disrupt supply chains, so we kill them every chance we get.
As my friend said, I'm kind of, domesticated, so it's not as bad as it probably looks right now. Don't be fooled by my red eyes.
Okay. Well, since you are a vegetarian, would you like me to replace your wine with some goat's blood or something?
That would be lovely. And she smiles and she gets really happy.
Of course.
As I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, she can drink fucking goat's blood this whole time, and Gal's been feeding her. But that's just in my own head.
None of
You're
you
not wrong.
know what a goat is.
We don't know that.
None of you
I
know
don't
what
know
a
what
goat is.
I don't care what a goat is. It's
I
not a humanoid, presumably.
But
I
he
know what
will.
a goat is.
You do, yeah, you do, Pan. But the rest of you don't. He will lift up his hand and kind of rub a ring, and anybody who wants to can make an Arcana check or Perception check.
Those rings, I don't have to like touch anything, right? It's just a psychic thing. The earrings.
The earring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you guys keep making note of touching it, but I didn't put it in the lingo. It's just kind
I've
of
never
canon.
touched it.
Okay.
I think it's
I've
just
never
a
touched
weird
it
quirk.
either. I just don't really use it very much.
Silt
Wait.
and Odess, you will notice as he rubs his ring, there will be a very, very faint arcane glow to it. That's it. Nothing else happens. No, you don't have to touch the earring.
Okay.
You guys have goats here?
A few.
You-
They are a very endangered species. We're trying to reproduce them and bring them. How do you know what a goat is?
Do you also have cucumbers, dill, and yogurt?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with these terms. Are these other creatures?
No, they're vegetables.
Well, we have vegetables, as you can see. Everything on this table, I got a little bit of everything that we produce here on Haven. And as you glance around the table, there are no cucumbers or pickles or yogurt.
I say I have some work to do before I can make gyros. Do I see potatoes? I could make shepherd's pie.
Give me 1 second.
Don't ever change, little buddy. Don't ever change.
All about the food.
You will notice there is kind of like a pita bread on the table, as well as onions and what looks like some Euro meat.
Damn.
Some thinly shaved something.
La Chupacabra. Oh my God, is that Pearl? Do we need to name Pearl that now? Because she's drinking goat
I am
blood?
not a chupacabra. That's actually
I was about
our
to say
beautiful
nickname
Frida.
Choopy.
You guys can all ignore those dice. That's for something else that's happening.
Come on, Pearl. We can call you Choopy.
Oh my God, don't.
Pan, you spend like 3 or 4 minutes questioning him about what they have and what they don't have, and are you sure this is everything you produce? You're not holding out on us. And after the couple minutes passes, there is just the lightest tap on the door, and it gently comes open, and a servant comes in with a pitcher. And the prince gestures to you, Pearl, and the servant will come over and place the pitcher here, right in front of you on the table, and gently bow and leave. There, goat blood.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
You're very welcome. Anything for friends.
So above table, we can infer that he touched his ring and that summoned the servant.
not only summon the server,
would be a
but
fair
pass
guess,
along
yeah.
what he wanted.
I mean, we can make that inference, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if,
you can put the two together. You don't know for sure that's what happened, but it's a fair assumption.
fair. Seeing that, I would look at him and be like, "That's a neat little trick."
Ah, yes. This ring passed down generations after generations. It is a ring of sending from one of my great ancestors. He was
Ah.
but a humble miner, so I'm told, and would use this to communicate with his wife, my other ancestor, to let them know if he would be home for dinner that night or not.
Interesting. Fancy little story.
Well, that's what tonight is all about. Your turn. Tell me a story, Purple One.
Yes, Purple One, entertain us.
Otis is gonna like point at himself like me.
Yes, you. Surely somebody of your appearance must have many great tales, adventures, conquests, bar fights.
No, last bar fight ended me in jail, so no more fun stories.
The
That is
statute of
unfortunate.
limitation hasn't run out on most of his stories.
Wonderful. Well, somebody tell me a story. Surely somebody must have some way to entertain their friend.
Come on, scalpel.
Yeah.
Or hand or whatever we are right now.
Y'all are the hand. I'm the scalpel.
Panel raises his hand and wave it around like, an excited kid in school wanting the teacher to call on him.
No need for that. This isn't an educational room. Do tell, little one.
Pan will tell him the story of his brothers and sisters when we all went and hunted down the thing making all the undead that was attacking the land. We fought goblins because they stole my shit, and nobody steals my shit without getting hit in the head a lot. And then we found some more, and they had big wolves, and I think a big vulture, or maybe it was a turkey vulture. I'm not sure which, but it was really big, and we cooked it afterwards too, because it was a really big bird, and that's what you do with them after you kill them. And then we went to town, and we picked up a whole bunch of supplies. Holy shit, do I still have 2 crates of healing potions in my inventory?
No.
Wait a minute. Damn it.
No, you do not. Take that away.
Great.
See how it is now.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
I did too until just then. I'm like, wait, I never gave those healing potions back.
No, it was a couple 100 years. So, no, you definitely do not.
There's no shelf life. We're good.
And then we found out that there was some sort of evil sorcerer, and he was summoning a whole bunch of skeletons. So we went and we all kicked the crap out of him until he stopped twitching and bleeding. And then shortly after that, my dad showed up on his airship, and we all cheered, and we had lots of fun.
Ah, wonderful. So your father, he was a captain?
I think he was a major.
I'm not familiar with this rank, but you said his airship, so he captained his own ship then.
Oh, I don't actually know whose ship it was specifically. I think the whole group owned it. If not, it was the big tree dude. Pretty sure it was the big tree dude.
I'm going to pause you right there real quick. Mike, I put your token as well as the other
Mhm.
one down there off of the Shadow Fae. So you can go ahead and take your surprise round. And then initiative's been rolled. So basically, just take 2 turns right now.
Okay. Is he within arm's reach?
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay.
But
Then,
the print. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, then, yeah, no, I'm gonna swing. Surprise means advantage, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Prince'll. Big tree man. What do you mean by this? I've never seen a tree person.
Well, he was like a big oak tree, but he moved around, and that dude really loved the wizard weed. I mean, he was always hitting my dad up for some more of that shit.
That stuff
He
is,
was pretty cool.
that stuff is quite amazing. I get some from the academy from time to time. I'm not going to lie, but big tree person. It's
Right.
You know, there's a painting on the wall in my home of a tree with a face on it, and I always thought it was just random. You know, maybe the artist made a mistake, but it's a very, very old painting. Perhaps this is one of these tree men that you speak of.
I bet it is. Of course, he's the only one I ever met, but maybe they made a picture of him. He was pretty cool. I mean, everybody I knew wanted to talk to him and hang out.
Perhaps. We're gonna jump back over to you, Mike.
Okay, so I missed. I'm assuming surprise round is just the one action.
It's a full
So-
turn. It's a full turn.
Okay, so I can use my bonus action with my second blade?
Yep.
Being that it's still the surprise round, advantage, yes or no?
Yep.
For the second
still,
one.
Still advantage.
Okay. God damn it. Okay, well that's it for my first round.
Okay.
Or my surprise round.
That's surprise round, so that brings us to the first round, and you've got the jump on initiative.
Alright. So yeah, again. But no advantage because it's not a surprise round, correct?
Correct.
Come on, hit this guy already. Jesus. Can't freaking stab anything to save my life. Okay, well that's my action, bonus action. I'm just gonna stand fast. Get ready to fight.
Oh, he gets a couple of attacks. First one's gonna hit.
Okay. Second one I wanna what's it? Uncanny dodge?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is down 3, and his last attack misses. So that'll be you again.
Okay, we're just gonna keep going? You don't
Yeah.
wanna
No,
skip to them or anything?
We're gonna keep going. So the dinner party
Oh.
continues, swapping stories and such. So we'll do a round or two here.
Okay.
Now you hit.
Ah. Alright. And my psychic blades have Vex. So I
that
get
gives
advantage
you-
on my next hit?
If I will take your word for it, I don't have the sheet pulled up. So
Vex. If it hits a creature with this weapon and deals damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature before the end of your next turn.
okay. Yeah, so you'll
Alright.
have advantage then. Hit.
Check. And since I had advantage on the roll, I get to use my sneak attack for this one.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. 25 points.
All right. And that's it for my round.
All right. That's going to bring us to him. He's going to keep swinging at you. Dagger misses. Rapier misses.
And can he dodge for the last one?
They all missed.
Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah. Okay.
Give me 1 second. Go ahead with your turn.
It's
That hits. Check. Oh, it won't matter. I was getting it set up, so this should have happened at the top of the round. But it is still your turn. The rest of the crew is aware that you are there now.
of course they are.
Number 3, back behind you, is the helmsman. A quick glance over your shoulder. He is at the helm. Not likely to leave. But you never know.
But you said we were near the loading port, right?
Yeah.
Right?
You came to the ship as it was passing underneath the bridge. Or right about there.
Right. Right. But you said I landed on the ship right near the loading port, and I was
Yep,
moving
you were lifting it up to slip below deck as you were spotted.
Yeah. I'm going to continue doing that.
Okay. With even just your base movement, you slip below deck. You see a dimly lit, like there's 1 or 2 candles near the front of the ship, lighting up the whole area. You see some hammocks towards the front of the ship, and through the middle on either side of the wall, there's about 10 crates on either side.
Okay. I am taking my flask of oil out of my bag. I'm just running down the aisle, dropping that oil all over every crate.
Okay. That'll use up your movement to get to the front of the ship. Your base movement.
Okay.
So I think you still have your bonus action if you wanted to continue moving.
I mean, I'm assuming that's going to take up my bonus action, getting the flasks out and
You had it ready, so
prepping them up for.
that's a quick action out the new handbook. It's like pulling a dagger
Oh,
out of
okay.
its sheath. That didn't cost you anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then in that case, yeah, no.
You cut out at the end there.
I want to light them up.
Okay, that's gonna take an action.
Once I'm done once I'm done pouring all the oil all over the crates, my intentions are to light them all up.
Okay. So you are near the front of the ship now. So you're probably about.
Yeah, you said there's some candles. I mean, I can grab the candles and just throw those at the oil too. I don't care.
I'd let you do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay. So you are now towards the front of the ship, with fire raging. Come on. There we go.
Now you said there's a door, not just a loading port, but a door as well. Is that towards the front or?
The door is right there. So you've used all your action economy this
I
round.
just lit a fire, huge ass fire between me and the way out. Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
As get him here. You can see 3 of the crew members come down the stairs at the back end of the ship. Seeing the flame, seeing you, that's their turn. It's your turn again.
Okay. Yeah, so, are they, they're just standing there staring at me? They're not trying to put the fires out or anything like that?
Well, their turn ended when they got down the steps. So that was their 6 seconds. You don't
Yeah.
know what they're going to do at that point.
Okay. Are there any posts or, you said there's hammocks up there. Could I try and hide in the hammocks or hide behind a post?
Well, they clearly
Eddie, I'm
saw you.
4 foot tall.
Like they
I-
saw
yeah,
you.
I
when
know,
they came
but I want them
downstairs,
to
so.
I understand that. I get that. But my intended game plan is I'm not going to go walking through the fire. I'm going to wait and see what they're going to do and if
Okay.
they're going to try and come grab me or what. So I want to position myself in a way that
Yeah.
it looks like I'm hiding, which I know they know where I'm at,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I want them
roll
to
a-
have to try and come to me.
Roll a stealth check.
Yeah. I'm not expecting to actually hide. I'm going to try, but
Yeah, so you like duck behind some hammocks and one of the central support pillars. Very clear that they can see you, but you're on the very front of the ship.
yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
If anyone tries to put the fire out, I'm going to sling a blade.
Okay, so hold your action for that specific moment.
Yep.
Okay. Well, these 3 are going to attempt to run through the fire at you. 2 of them make it through, no issues. This one, however, is going to take some fire damage. He runs through. He actually ends up getting hit with some of your oil and catches on fire and ends up freaking out, rolling on the ground, and within a moment stops screaming.
Jesus.
Oh dear.
The rest of the crew follows them down. Number 5 here and number 2 are going to start trying to put the fire out. So if you want to sling a blade at one of them, you can.
Yeah. Try and knock him off kilter here. Number...
The bottom one or
I
the top
can't
one?
tell. Okay, the bottom one. That
hits.
Then unidentified number 5?
Yep.
Okay.
That hits.
Jesus.
Nice clean blade right through the neck, and he drops. That brings us up to your turn. Their attempts to put out the fire are worthless.
So this fire's fucking blazing. Is that what
It's
I'm hearing?
It's an oil fire, and they're trying to like stomp it out.
Yeah. Okay, great. Awesome. So, let's see. This would be 30.
I'm actually.
If
gonna
I
s-
use my
I'm actually gonna stop you before your turn, because we got
Uh.
1 minute left. So next week we'll pick
Okay.
up top of the round with your turn. But you at the
Okay.
party with the prince, I will leave you with. You guys have been having a good time, eating, drinking. Pearl's not dying from the goat's blood. It seems to be sufficing her or satisfying her. satiating her thirst, telling stories, having a merry old time. And this goes on for, 20, 30 minutes. And then the prince will kind of stop being joyous and put his elbows up on the table with his hands folded in front of him and go, "All right, Scuttle. We need to get down to business about those atrocious demons that were at the party. Because I need your help. And we will pick all that up next week."
Well, I'm glad you ended there because I wanted it to end there too.
I
I was going to bring it up if he didn't.
I thought that was a good stopping point. So,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for coming to watch the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you back here next week for the conclusion of the dinner party and Taddy being Taddy. Because I think me and Mike
Taddy
are the
daring
only ones,
escape.
I think me and Mike are the only ones that have any fucking clue what's going on down there right now. So,
No, for sure. I'm so curious.
I
we
mean,
will...
Sounds like a ship's on fire, so
technically just the cargo hold right now, but yeah,
Okay.
we'll see how that affects everything else here shortly. So, all right, bye everybody. Have a good night.
Night.